Hi there. Welcome to the podcast. Thank you so much for checking in or tuning in or whatever you call it with us. I don't know the terminology, and that's obvious from the jump if you didn't know.
Oh, I gotta get close, right?
You do have to get closer. We'll test the levels never. I don't have an audio engineer. Do you need a pillow behind you? Is it too complicated?
No. I don't know what the fuck I need.
It looks great.
It looks great. You're doing great, sweetie.
Hey, you're doing great, sweetie. Oh, that's who I'll say I'm having on today. I'm so excited that I have Kris Jenner. Oh, my God. No, it's my friend Stephanie. Stephanie's back by popular demand, not just because I love her, but because a lot of you have been asking as a follow-up, what happened with her friendship? Where is that at? So we get all into it. We're talking about friendships and how they should be a two-way street, not a one-way street. I think that's really important to remember as we're moving forward in our own lives. So that's the topic. But of course, first we're going to start with games. And I have to say, a lot of you gave feedback in regards to how you could only hear me in one of your ears. Well, now you should be able to hear me in both. So turn your hearing aids up if you can't. And here we go. We're going to launch into it.
Woo!
Yes! We kept saying earlier. I know, me too. Don't you wish you had that money?
Holy shit.
The new season has been boring, though. Have you been watching it?
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, listen, there's always that element of just like, oh my God, I want their lives, right? Like, that's really a big reason why everybody watches it. But as far as like the storylines, they've never been really that great.
No, but I will say now it feels so much like a cash cow. Like Disney is really milking them for the advertisement money. This whole season they've had an arc about the Golden Bachelor, and he did have drinks at their house with them, and they watched an episode, and I was like, do you want me to really buy and believe that Kris is watching this show?
No, it's Kendall too.
Yeah, and that I could believe, because Kendall's the most boring person I've ever seen in my life. But Kris, I don't believe for 1 second that she's watching The Bachelor. She saw ABC sign the check, and she said, I love any product that you want to push my way. You can feed it into this show, and it will now become the storyline.
I love you. I kind of believe that her and Kendall watch it. I think they're both, like, Kendall, she's kind of nerdy, though, no?
See, you bought into it, because they'll even be like, oh my God, you can watch it next day on Hulu. And I'm like, this is the way of TV now. It's like, have a Pepsi in the ad, and it's like, Pepsi bought that spot, though. You think we're just looking at that brand just for fun?
I mean, yes, I will agree with that, but I don't know. I'm not on that show.
I mean, what I wish, though, is that I wish they would pay me to do it, because guess what? I love Pepsi. I was born in that birthplace.
I hate Pepsi. I would not do it.
You know what? And
I'm
that is
a
not,
Coke girl.
We're going to delete that
so
from
bad.
the podcast. But if Coke wants to pay for me to, look, everybody in middle school, all my teachers thought I was on Coke because I had dilated eyes. They're just blue. I just said blue eyes. Oh, you meant the drink. Oh, that's awkward. So today we're going to play a game. It's called Friend or Fiend. And it's just random celebrities that are actors.
Yes.
And I want to know if you would befriend them, you think you'd be besties with them, or, what do you really think about it? Because you always have hot takes, and I do love that.
Okay, let's do it.
Oh, yeah. So to get into this, I asked Steph what some of her favorite programs were. I guessed half of them. Tell the audience.
I'm so proud of you, actually. So Adam had sent me like a text before I came on the show and was just like, hey, what are some of your favorite sitcoms and dramas and comedies?
Literally 10 minutes before you were driving here, so last minute.
Great producer, last minute.
Last minute, yeah, fired. Never will be Kris.
So I was like, so I sent him some of my favorites, and he's probably going to talk about them, so I won't say them now. But
no, say them. I want them to know.
So my three top sitcoms. Seinfeld is for sure number one. So good.
And I knew that was one of yours.
And I love that you knew that.
I thought it was that and Curb Your Enthusiasm and Gilmore Girls for some reason.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Not top three, but I thought those were in the Rolodex.
Yeah, not far off. But Seinfeld number one. I would say Friends for sure. And then, what was my other one?
Oh, God, what was your other one? You just texted me, and I already forgot. Great producer, huh? Great producer.
Way to be on it. Oh, Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, and that one, I didn't guess that one, but it didn't surprise me, of course.
Oh, New Girl, too, actually.
Yeah, I knew that you liked New Girl. But you would be friends with everyone on New Girl and Schitt's Creek, so we're not going to talk about those cast members.
Talk about those. Okay.
But tell them your favorite movies, though, because this is wild.
Oh, do you think it's wild?
In a good way. I love it.
The two movies are wild?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
They are. Your favorite movies. What a dichotomy.
Favorite?
Wait, I'm setting it up. Everyone's going to be like, yeah, okay, mine too. But no, listen to this.
So one of my favorite movies is for sure The Godfather.
Yeah, and I guessed that one. I really had that on lock.
Yeah.
I was like, she loves Italian, anything.
Oh, Italian
give me
mobster.
that. Yeah.
Fuck. I've like always wanted to be Italian. I wanted to be, if I was a guy, I was like, I wanted to be an Italian mobster.
You know what? In the past life, I bet actually this is going on our sitcom too. Past life. I feel like that is our dynamic, though. You would be the one out killing, and I'd be like, honey, I made bolognese, you know. And you'd be like,
that is 100% true.
you would definitely be cheating on me, and I'd be crying in the corner, but I've been cheating on you with all of your brothers.
Oh my fucking God. I love that you just wrote a script right now.
Yeah.
Of what our sitcom would be.
And what would we call that? The oh my God father.
I can't with you. I cannot with you.
No one laughs harder at their jokes than I do.
And that's why we love you.
Yes. She's got paid to say that. I handed her a 5 and a Pepsi. Welcome.
I fucking hate Pepsi.
I know you
Stop
do, but
handing
drink
me
it.
Pepsi. God damn it. I don't want to.
Oh, well.
So
and the second favorite.
The second favorite, I would say for me, like, this is a perfect movie.
It's incredible, but I was shocked when you said it.
Really?
I mean, I want to get into the psychosis of it in a second. This is a diversion from the game, and I don't care.
Oh, you're like digging in.
Oh, we're digging in.
Okay. So my second favorite, well, really, it's up there with The Godfather, is Harold and Maude.
Anyone that doesn't know the premise of this movie, it's almost like an underage man with a very elderly woman, and they're in a romantic relationship.
Okay, can you like make it sound a little bit better? Yes, that's partially
they
true.
kill people in it too. It gets worse than that.
No. So I'll tell you why.
Yeah, you tell me the new script. You write it.
Let me fucking break it down for you.
You're gonna make a mini series. I just know it.
So I'll try to keep this short. So
good luck.
It was a movie that was made in the 70s. Hal Ashby is the director.
Oh, we're getting all the notes.
Yeah, who's done a bunch of stuff. Ruth Gordon is one of the stars. Bud Cort is the other. And it's a
Bud Cort.
Bud Cort.
Okay. That isn't what we heard. I'm just saying. You said butt cork.
That too.
Okay, sure. Ruining it left, right, and center. Go on.
This movie, it's a dark comedy.
Yes.
And it's about this kid, Bud Cort, who grew up. He's like his mom's like a socialite, like very, very wealthy family. He's an only child. His dad is God knows where.
Kind of like the OG Saltburn in a way.
Yes, very similar to that. And the mom's just like, she doesn't care about him. Like, she just cares about her status in society. It's all about her. What he does to try to get her attention is to fake his own deaths. So he does these like, where he like puts, fake blood on him, like, and he's like laying in a bathtub when she like walks in, and it's like,
it's so macabre. It's so macabre.
But, and she doesn't even notice. And so anyway, he hates life. The whole moral of this is he fucking hates life and he doesn't want to live. Okay. And so what he does for fun is he goes to funerals. And at one of the funerals, he meets this woman played by Ruth Gordon, Maude. And she is in her 80s, and she's this carefree lover of life, a Holocaust survivor, and she goes to funerals to pay respects for their lives. She doesn't know them, and she just shows up, and she's just full of life in every way.
I got to rewatch because my interpretation of this was so separate.
Yeah, it is so separate because you have no idea because I've watched it so many fucking times.
Yeah, I've only seen it once, and I was like, I'm obsessed with this. This does need to be a miniseries, genuinely, but also, what have I witnessed?
It's
a crime is what I've witnessed.
It's not. There's no crime that happens. So, anyways.
He doesn't murder anyone?
No. Oh, Jesus Christ. No.
I really thought they did.
There's no murder on the dance floor. I'm wrong. Okay, I'm wrong. I'll admit when I'm wrong. Sue me. Soak it up. It doesn't happen often.
Okay, there we go.
Anyway,
Glad we're
that'll
talking
be
about
the next episode. We'll watch that.
We're talking about this now. So they end up starting to hang out, and they still go to funerals and whatever. And during this process, she's teaching them how to live, how to love life. And they fall in love in the purest form. It is not this gross. And you see this arc of this boy that's like been given a second chance at life. And all because of her. Like, I get so teary-eyed. But that's what it is. It's like this story of hope and what love really means and how you can find love in the most obscure and weird places that you've never thought of. And I mean, it's tragic at the end. There is a death, but they don't kill anybody.
Yeah, I got that so wrong.
From every part of it, from the acting to the writing to the directing to the cinematography to the soundtrack, which is all done by Cat Stevens before he became Musaf Islam. It is an absolute perfect movie in every way.
And
I
clearly you would win a
cannot.
trivia game at this because you gave us all the deep cuts. You gave us the editor. You
I
gave
know,
us the
I give
fashion
you
designers.
everything,
You gave us
everything.
the filming
So
locations.
go see it. But those are my two favorite
Well,
films.
they can't go see it. It's not in cinemas, but go rent it.
Okay, what? Rent it at Blockbuster, yes.
Yeah, go rent it at Blockbuster because I think they're the only ones that have a copy of it. But
Oh, I miss Blockbuster.
I do too. That's really depressing.
That was like our Friday. Well, you're younger than me, but was that like your Friday night?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I would go with my parents and we would pick out a movie, and almost 9 times out of 10 I would pick Now and Then, and finally we bought the movie. I loved that movie.
Oh my God, you're
Give me
so
a flash
cute.
forward and backwards and talk about growing boobs. I'm there. I'm sold.
You're jealous.
You know,
can't
I
grow
am
the
a little,
boobs.
but yeah, I don't know if that was queer culture or gay culture or none of the above. I don't know. Had a lot of girl cousins, and I was like, "What do you mean you're developing?" Me too.
Let me see.
Come on, but not in a sexual way, even though I'm
Right.
inbred.
I love you.
Oh gosh, now I want to watch Harold and Maude.
You need to.
I don't know. I was gonna razz you over the coals for it, and you
I
just
know.
really sold me on it.
Thank you.
And that's why she does
There we go.
sales. She's the top salesperson in all of North
You're
America.
such a fucking liar.
No, she's Kris Jenner.
I
Remember?
wish.
Play along. Okay, so let's do it first. This is not any of the things that you picked because you know
Got
I
it.
got to give you a plot twist. Would you be friends with anyone from the cast of The Avengers? Scarlett Johansson, first of all.
Oh, okay.
You think you'd be friends with her? We just watched a video today of that woman passing behind her
That like it evaporates.
disappeared. Where would she? And it was her mother. Apparently, I'm like, did she absorb her
Matrix?
mother? Did they go to her boobs? What is that?
I know. I would be friends. I feel like she's stunningly gorgeous, but like I feel like she's like fun, and she like
I
is
think
in
she's
on
a
the
good
joke.
sense of humor. Yeah.
Like right, like she doesn't take herself too seriously.
I think we would be friends with anyone technically. I would
Not
hope.
really.
I would hope we would try to. But I
would
mean,
try.
we don't really know these people.
We don't.
Okay, Chris Evans. I don't know if I could be friends with him. He's too attractive.
Chris Evans. You know what's funny? I feel like he's probably really boring.
That's what I was. You know what? He probably is. Anyway, next. That's a skip.
Next.
Chris Hemsworth, though, I think would be friends.
Yummy.
I want to be friends because I think that the wife is the top, and I really want to see
Yes.
the dynamics between the two play out.
And I actually think he's really got a great, fun sense of humor.
He seems funny.
Yeah, he's funny.
He seems, and Australians are like a little bit mad, like not angry. I mean, well, they probably are too, but like, you know, like a little off, just a little off. And I can relate to that. I can get
love
behind that
you.
ship.
God damn.
Okay, what about Robert Downey Jr.?
Oh my God, 1,000% yes.
Yeah, that's our go-to.
Oh,
Now,
obsessed.
last one from the Avengers cast, and I'm leaving off key players, but I don't care. It's my podcast. Mark Ruffalo.
Love him. I actually would.
Out of that core group right there, who would be the number one that you would
Robert
choose?
Downey Jr.
And mine's
hands
Mark
down.
Ruffalo because he looks a little depressed,
There
and
we
I know
go.
I could butter him up.
I was just gonna say, is it because you want to fucking fix him?
Yeah, you
yep,
know I
there we
do.
go. You've
I'm the Energizer
Yeah.
Bunny, honey. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna get to the core of the
That
problem.
That just shows how many issues you have. Oh, I can
No,
fix him.
I can fix him. No, you can't.
No, you can't.
No,
honey.
you can't.
You can't
He's
fix any
He's a
dude.
full ass adult, and you can't even fix yourself. So get it together, okay? Take a Klonopin. What about the cast of Star Wars? I don't know if you watched that
Why
ever.
are you picking the fucking movies that I don't
I
know
set it
the
up
cast?
because I got to give you a plot twist.
Oh God.
Did you ever watch Star Wars growing up?
I mean, 4, 5, and 6, yes.
Well, I call those 1, 2, and 3, but I know that's the
not.
chronological order is 1, 2, and 3, but they're chapter 4, 5, and 6.
Correct.
Sue me. I think that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Well, tell
but
that to George Lucas and his fans.
I will.
Okay.
I can't wait
Great.
to. I actually can't wait to.
can't.
Mark Hamill, love him.
Love him. I think he'd be boring as hell, but I do.
I don't. I think he's actually really
Ooh.
sardonic and interesting, and I don't even
Okay.
know what sardonic means, but I think it fits him to
There
a
we
T.
go.
I'm gonna commit. Carrie Fisher, you know you would.
She's a crazy bitch. Well,
I
was.
think
Yes.
respectfully, I think that I would want to be besties with her, but I would have to have already been sober by the time we met. I think it would have
Yeah.
been a problem.
She's nightmare.
Because I'd be like, I got to keep up with the vibe, and I can't keep up with the vibe. Are you kidding me? Let's talk about Shondaland. Remember those shows that she did?
Yep.
I don't want to talk about Bridgerton.
Please God don't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no.
You don't like it?
This is the thing.
Yeah, spill it.
I do.
Yeah, you don't. You don't
but
have to sell
don't know.
It's not Harold and Maude.
Fuck you. I do like it,
Okay.
but I don't love it.
Okay.
And I
Is it because it's a period piece?
no,
or what?
I love period pieces. It's like my favorite.
Yeah, that's why I don't get it. Why don't you like it?
And I feel like it's so put on. There's nothing grounded for me in that.
Do you feel like it's a little too campy and
Yes.
cheesy? Is that why?
But I watch it.
I do too.
And I'm like, oh, the characters
First season, I was sold.
Yep.
Second season, he's hot, but I wasn't interested.
Right.
Third season, I haven't even finished.
Yeah, like that's the thing is like I feel like the characters are good, but I am not invested.
I think it's too anthology based. Like I know the books went that way, but I want, like, if you're doing a show, I want to be invested in the same characters the whole time, and I want to know where they end up. Like if you're gonna close the chapter, start over.
Yeah.
To me, like, I love the Queen Charlotte character, and we get like 2 seconds of her. So here's some actors. Do you remember like Scandal?
Yep.
And How to Get Away with Murder?
Yep.
And Grey's Anatomy. Remember when those were all 3 on TV at the same time?
Grace. But I did have a run-in with Kerry Washington.
Oh shoot! What?
I gotta say, for all our listeners out there,
Give it.
she is phenomenal. Phenomenal.
A girl's girl.
A girl's girl. So I'll tell you what my interaction with her.
Oh, I can't wait.
And I thanked her, but I want to I hope I see her again because I want to properly thank her. So This is the deal. Years ago in my 20s, I'm not in my 20s anymore. I'm in my 40s. It's fine. But
I wasn't going to tell.
I don't. It's okay. I was at Whole Foods. And you know the hot bar, all that fucking food is so good.
It is good.
This is not a plug for Whole Foods, but if you do want to sponsor us, we have slots available. And we clearly have a wonderful story with a clear connective line for Kerry Washington to make a cameo. Just saying, her budget will be more expensive than ours. For now, get us while we're hot.
So I was looking to see what I wanted. I was kind of just taking my time, slowly going through it. And this guy, was talking to me, and he was just, creepy vibes.
Ugh.
Just, really creepy vibes. You know, for the most part, I know I can be a bitch, but I'll be nice. I'm not going to be rude to be rude. So I just kind of was like, oh, huh, and,
Well, also, you don't know what he's going to do.
Made a little small talk, right?
Yeah.
So, but then it was I just kind of was not, I was like, please get away. But I didn't say it. But he just kept coming back, right? Very stalkerish. And then I look up and I see and I notice it's Kerry Washington and
at Whole Foods.
At Whole
It's
Foods.
Such an LA story. I can't.
I know, by herself.
But you weren't even in LA, right? You were in.
No,
where
I was
were
in
you?
LA.
You were in Idaho.
I was
Des
in
Moines.
fucking Idaho. My friend called it Des Moines because she didn't know how to.
Are you kidding me?
Swear to God, in my
Who?
life. My friend
I'll bleep
Lauren.
it out.
My friend Lauren. I'm not gonna
Can't
say her
wait.
last name. Not my bestie Lauren. This other Lauren. Oh Jesus, sorry. This other Lauren, and she legit. We were talking about a state, and she said Des Moines. And I look at her, and I started laughing because I thought she knew she was kidding.
Oh, and then you feel bad because you're like, oh shoot.
And then
you just
she's
didn't
like,
know that.
What? And then I'm like, it's Des Moines, Iowa.
Don't you love being blonde and telling people what's correct?
Yes, I was like, how do you not know this? And she was like, I literally had no idea. I'm like, you're an idiot. Don't ever say that again because people are gonna laugh at you.
Those can't. That's like guacamole. It's like, please stop.
It's worse than that. But yeah. So anyway, Kerry. So we're in LA at a Whole Foods. Kerry sees this guy talking to me, and because I look up and I see her, and she's kind of just looking over, and she seems to be looking at my situation. Legit walks over, grabs me by the arm, and she was like, "Girl, come here. I need your help with what I want for lunch. I need you to help me pick it out." And pulls me away from this guy. And she's like, "Oh my God, he would not leave you alone." And I was like, "No, not at all. Thank you so much." She was like, "No problem, girl. Guys like that just are so fucking creepy." And I thanked her profusely, and we chatted for a couple minutes, but I could not what a fucking amazing person.
She's amazing.
I really meant that. I really was touched by that. The fact that she didn't know who I was, but she was like, "Oh no, hell no."
She had your back in that moment,
Yeah.
and you're a total stranger to her.
Total fucking stranger.
But is this how you tell me that we're meeting her right after this? Because I've been secretly wanting to, in a non-scandalous way.
I love that. I would
Little
love
plug.
to. I gotta say, I honestly, one of my goals is to meet her again, and say, really say, thank you.
I feel like we should make this a TikTok and see if it'll go viral enough.
We should do that.
She'll see you.
Let's
and
do that.
Talk about it. Oh, you're serious.
Oh, I'm serious.
Well, if we really want to be friends with her, I feel like we got to wait until we're at George Lucas's party and I can tell him to his face off, and then you can sidebar with her. I'll get kicked out, but you'll be a friend forever with her.
Or we could do a TikTok where it's every TikTok we talk about our interactions with celebs.
Oh yeah. We
if
have
it's
so
like
many projects
we're not, I
going
know,
on.
right? But we're not even doing anything mean, so we can't. We're like being nice about it, like
yeah.
good interactions that we've had.
Yeah. Well, I've had none.
Okay.
So,
Well-
Titus. No, I will say Titus Burris. Remember, he was on Kimmy Schmidt, and he was on a
Oh,
couple of
yeah.
other shows, and he's a legend. He's amazing.
Yeah.
He was Sebastian in Little Mermaid when it came out on
Oh,
Broadway.
I didn't know that.
He's amazing. But I was kind of sad that he wasn't in the Disney movie. But how many times can I say "but" in a row?
Yeah, please do it again.
I was cater waitering at something, and he was like trying to ask where the bathroom was, and he was just a lovely human. But that's not a particularly exciting story. It's about the bathroom.
Yeah, can you work on that story?
Yeah, I'll do some toilet humor. I've got a plumber coming on later this season, so that's a plug. Literally. There's the butt cork. Okay.
I cannot with you.
So here's some hosts, or as
Yeah.
I like to call them, the Jimmies. This is me getting us back on the train of the friend or fiend.
Oh, is it? Okay, let's
Yeah.
go.
We haven't been saying fiend or not, but,
I love that. Okay, go.
I like the title. So, of the Jimmies, who do you think would be the one that you like the most?
Kimmel. I think he's funnier.
Me too. I think Kimmel's, like, more normal.
And I think he's funnier.
And I think Fallon, I couldn't trust the laugh. I would be like, do you think I'm funny, or are you putting that on because you have anxiety? Like,
Yeah, I also think he's a terrible interviewer.
he's so bad at it.
Yeah, but
This is
Kimmel
my pitch to get his job. No, I'm just kidding.
But the one before, what was the big? Oh my God, the bigger Johnny Carson.
Yeah, Johnny Carson. I almost said him, but I was like,
love him too.
Yeah.
I grew up watching him.
I know, but he's the one that really blacklisted Joan, and I can't forgive him. But he was
He's
such a
so
good interviewer.
He's so good.
He was incredible.
Okay,
Okay,
sorry,
now let's
go.
talk about the shows that you actually like. I tortured you enough. This will be rapid
God.
fire. Are you ready
okay,
for
go.
this?
Ooh.
Okay, I'm going to do Women from the Housewives very quickly. Ready?
Okay, God.
Meredith Mark.
Oh, friend.
Amazing. Karen Huger from Potomac.
Foe.
Kathy Hilton.
Oh, friend. Do you know that? I think I told you this.
You have, but I want them to hear it.
Oh, okay. She has liked like 4 of my reels on Instagram over the last like 3 years.
Yeah, like not in succession, like
No.
over a period of time. Like you're
Yes.
coming up on her feed.
Like, what is I like need to be friends with her. She's such a hot mess in the best way.
Yes,
I love her.
I mean, and that'll get you one step closer to Chris.
I know.
Because
And-
they're besties.
Oh, they are. And Kathy was just on the Kardashians today.
Yes, she was.
Yeah, I already watched
Yeah,
it.
but she liked some of your stuff. Did she ever comment?
I gotta look because
Yeah,
I
because I felt like she
that shit.
did. I thought she had commented
I
or
feel like
something like
she-
"so funny, girl" or like "heart."
Yeah, it was like maybe something. I don't know. Maybe
And
I'm
I
making
think
that
it's
in my
her.
head.
I don't think it's like her marketing team. I really
Oh,
don't.
it's her.
Yeah, it's definitely her.
Yeah, I think it's her.
I think she
We're
had a
gonna go
little
with that.
Prilosec, and she's just like on there late at night.
We're gonna go with that.
Why Prilosec? It's not even a particularly exciting drug. Okay, the cast of Friends. There's going to be not a single person from this that you're not going to be friends with.
The one I would probably be closest to is Jennifer Aniston.
Me too. That's my
Ooh,
number one.
that's my
but
number
I think,
one.
I mean, that's why she's so endearing to all of America. I
Yeah.
like her, and I really like Lisa Kudrow, but I don't know if she would find me annoying.
You guys would be fun together.
I hope so.
you
That's
guys
my
could
hope.
create some fun songs together.
Oh gosh, smelly cat, smelly cat.
Ooh, that was good.
Yeah. Oh, I've practiced.
Oh, okay.
I warmed up before you came here. You know. Oh, Matthew Perry. Now I'm sad.
Okay.
I can't read through this.
Okay.
You know what? Paul Rudd was on the show for a while, and I forgot about that. I mean, they had a lot of guests on the show over the years, but like Paul Rudd was there for a minute.
Paul Rudd is so hot.
I can't even handle it.
I
Ant-Man, though, really?
is he's married, yeah? He's
Couldn't
so
tell
hot.
you.
He's so hot. Yeah. Him and Clueless,
I was going to say, that's the one that I
God
fell in
damn
love
it.
with him, and I'm not
I think
supposed to.
America did.
And it's isn't it his stepsister?
Yeah, which was like so like porny.
Yeah, I was going to say it's like so Pornhub leaning, but like,
right. But like
I'm not mad at it.
right, because he's so hot. So like,
I'm like,
go
yeah,
for
if he
it.
was my stepbrother, we'd be in love. What do you mean?
Well, hold on, because his mom married her dad, so they're not related in any way.
I mean, I know they're not, but it's like, it's questionable.
Well, it's just weird because it was like
The dynamics of living in the same house, and
yeah.
now you're my brother. I mean,
it's
come on.
kind of hot, but it's kind of weird.
It's kind of
Okay.
Game of Thrones hot.
Oh.
Or as we like to say, backwoods North Carolina hot. Seinfeld. I think you would want to be friends with everyone, but realistically, I'm going to go through the names. Jerry Seinfeld, would you be friends or would you find him annoying?
I actually would find him really annoying.
I know. Larry David, we would be besties with.
Besties.
Besties.
100%.
But I would have to tip for him because I heard he's not a good tipper.
Okay, well, you can do that.
We can't have that.
No.
He's not tarnishing my name around this city because that can't be happening. Everyone must know I'm a great tipper. Okay, what about Jason Alexander?
Love him.
He kind of has the same cadence in his voice sometimes as I do.
Yeah,
Do you hear it or did I just make that up?
No, I could hear that now that you say it.
It's a little sing-songy a little bit, and it's a little too loud.
But I will say, and I love, why I love him is his self-deprecating humor.
Me too.
That is what is so endearing about him. He knows he's like a schmuck, right? He knows he's like...
He's got a brand, and he really plays it well.
And he really does it well.
Pretty Woman, him in that.
Oh, yeah.
He's such a schmuck. Still love him.
Still love him.
Him in the Brandy Cinderella that we had that we were graced with Whitney Houston.
God.
Oh my God, he's so good in that. And he's like in the you know, he's like got the scroll.
I remember that movie.
Oh, that was a classic.
I can't with you.
So do you know who's actually my favorite on Seinfeld other than Elaine? She's my favorite character probably on a sitcom ever. Like I just love her.
Okay.
Julia Louis, I would ride or die for her.
Okay.
Would you be friends with her?
Hell yeah.
Heck yeah. Okay, so but the parents on the show?
Oh.
Those are my number one.
George and what's the...
Estelle and Frank.
There we go. They probably would be the most annoying friends, but
I don't care.
I would not. I can't.
I
get
wouldn't.
enough of them.
It's not even like I don't even care if they annoy people around. I'm not apologizing for them. They need to live unapologetically. I love them.
Speaking of Seinfeld.
Yes.
I have another story.
Oh, do it.
I was hooking up with this dude in my 20s.
Oh, of course. Here it goes.
The funny story about that, but we'll
yesteryear.
save that for later. And we were hanging out for quite some time, and one night he was like, "Hey, I want you to come out with some of my friends that are having, a dinner at oh my God, what's the place in WeHo that it's like a fancy, oh my God, it's like right down the street from the Abbey."
Not Pump.
No, Chicalo. No.
You lost me at fancy.
Anyway,
I ain't
whatever.
never been to a fancy restaurant my whole life.
I can't think of it, but it's actually a really good restaurant in WeHo.
Well, we'll never know.
Shut the fuck up.
Drink your Pepsi.
Not Pepsi.
You know I'm gonna cut it there on the episode.
I know you are.
Yeah, let's take a little break and talk to my mother, and I'm so sorry. I'm sure she's gonna rake me over the coals for talking so inappropriately. Sorry, Mom, we can't keep it PG at all times.
Hi, everyone. This is Linda LaFaye, and I've always got something to say. Today's topic is about being dignified. And you might ask, how can I do this? Well, of course, your actions and your words help with this. And, I'm from the South, so we always use slang words, and people don't understand us, and maybe we have a little accent. But what I want to talk today about is using curse words. Yeah. And, maybe you're emotional or you get pumped up. And yes, those words can fly. My target, though, is I'm hoping to think a little bit about your messaging. What are you conveying through your word choices and even when you're inflecting, your voice inflections? I hope you're going to consider speaking your truth, but your use of these four-letter words is just not necessary, or are they? I find it distracting when I hear those in television shows and in movies because sometimes it just serves no purpose. And before we depart ways, I'm just going to also say my golden rule is don't do the GD. And also overusing the F-bomb. I admit now I've relaxed lately over hearing that one, but its use, it should be extra limited because your emphasis, if you're using something over and over again, it means less. So save it for, I guess, that special appropriate occasion, if so. If you see yourself being guilty of this potty mouth I'm trying to talk about, maybe you need to take a little walk into the bathroom and put some soft soap on your tongue. Think about cleaning up what comes out of your mouth because, yeah, it's not good.
Thanks, Ma. Sorry, Ma. Now here's Dad.
Hey, Adam. Sassy says...
Oh, Dad brought a friend with him today. Yeah, my dad's a Bigfoot fanatic, so if any of you have been looking for Bigfoot out there, look no further. You won't be visually seeing him, but you'll be hearing him from time to time on the podcast. Now, we're going to launch back in. I rudely cut off Stephanie there before the break, and she has a very interesting topic. She's talking about, of course, she's going to name drop. She's got a hot, famous friend that she went on a date with, and it's a really funny tidbit. So here's a little something for you, an outtake, if you will. Was he gay? Why is he taking you to WeHo? He's just an ally?
He's an ally.
Okay, that I love.
There's great...
Who am I to assume?
There's great fucking restaurants in WeHo. Okay. Chiconi's. That's the name of it.
You've never taken
It
me.
is so good.
I would love to go to
Okay.
Chakuchi.
I walk in, motherfucker. His friend is
Mr. Lipman?
no.
Jay Peterman.
Yes, Jay Peterman.
Oh, he was so fine.
So fine. And he's good friends with this guy I was hooking up with. And I got to hug him and hang out with him. And he is just as fabulous.
Was his hair actually gray in real
Yeah,
life
yeah.
and so coif?
So
That wasn't a piece?
No, it was for
That's
real.
his hair?
That's his hair.
Oh, I'm very attracted to him.
He was so good looking and as nice as can be. And we hung out all night and had dinner. And he told like stories about Seinfeld, like how, and he really had a great experience. So I hung out with Peterman. And it was
That is
amazing.
so
okay,
cool.
Go on with your.
Oh,
bad
that was
stuff.
it. I already cut it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, enough of that. Now let's address what Stephanie's here for, because she was brought back for a reason. People really wanted to know, what is going on with her friendship. So let's dive right in.
Wait, we're not done? I'm just kidding.
I cannot with you. She said that like she was joking, but she literally got up to leave, never took her shoes off in my house. I'm like, okay, thanks so much, Steph. I'm so glad that you were here.
You're such a hard worker.
You really are. You got so many projects, just like Chris. So here's the thing. Last time you were here, we talked about some of the friends. Catch me up on what's the update with your friends.
Oh, I talked to my friend and I confronted her about it. Name remaining, if I can talk. Jesus Christ.
No, it's okay. Name
Remaining-
redacted. It's fine.
Yeah, there we go.
We're talking
Okay.
about the friend that you were having difficulty with
It was the not making time for
Yes.
and then like kind of just like checking a box kind of thing.
Yep.
I don't know if our listeners have experienced this.
They definitely have.
I'll
speak for them.
Being
That's
I'm
the kind of
just-
dynamics I bring to this podcast.
of just feeling like when you have and you really do love your friend, right? Or else
Yes.
you wouldn't care. But like feeling like there isn't space in their life for you. And this is the thing, like it's one thing if you have somebody who's super high maintenance and is like, I need to be put before all others. Like that's not me.
And that's toxic. No one's doing that.
No one's doing that. Like
No.
I'm a grown ass adult. Okay.
You got kids.
I've
you got a
kids.
full life.
I got
jobs out the wazoo.
yeah,
Commercials
I got
to book.
friends. I got shit
Shoes
to do.
to take off in my house. Anyway,
Can you
continue.
tell? Wait, can you tell that he's mad that I haven't taken
I'm
off
not.
my
I just
shoes?
wanted
I
to. It's
know.
a good comedic bit,
I
you
know, I'm
but take
kidding.
them off. No.
You're such a bitch.
Yeah, but
Okay.
when you have a friendship that feels a little one-sided like that, it's like, what am I supposed to? At what point does the cookie crumble?
So anyway, I confronted her, and it was exactly how I thought it was going to
The
be.
cookie crumbled.
It was an hour conversation where she was super defensive,
Ugh.
and it was, but I'm a good friend, and I do this and I do this. I said I never said you were a bad friend. I said I love you, and I literally live 7 minutes from you. I want FaceTime with you. I have friends all over the place, all over the country. And those are people that I don't get to see. So I do have phone calls with them. That's our friendship right now until I can go see them or whatever. You and I are 7 minutes from each other. Like, you have keys to my apartment. You know that you can walk into my apartment whenever you want. You can use the pool. Like, my house is your house kind of thing. That's how
Me casa es su casa.
yes.
I'm trying to do the Duolingo. Lord help me. Continue.
Oh my God, you're doing good, sweetie. You're doing great.
You're doing great, sweetie. See, I knew you were. See?
You know, it was all about her. It was all about what she's done. It's this. I'm like, it's not it.
Now, when she was starting to raise her voice, did you match her vibe, or were you like, I'm going to be the responsible adult and not go off the rails with her? I'm going to kind of hold her down.
No, I raised my voice first.
Okay, that makes more sense. That adds up. The
I
math is
have the
mathing.
temper of my father.
The inside out came out. You know those emotions?
Yes.
The rage was ready.
Yes.
Because you felt
I'm-
wronged and she
well,
wasn't listening.
I mean, yes, I do have a temper that I'm working on. It's funny. My kids are the only people that I am patient with and do not.
You're pretty patient with
Oh,
me.
Am I?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then you're second after my kids.
No, I don't mean in an
I'm
order.
just
I'm saying,
kidding.
but as your friend, I don't witness that.
Oh, well, that's good. I'm like my father though with a temper. Like I go from like 0 to fuck you in like 2 seconds, literally.
Try me. I'll
So-
I'll cool you off real quick.
But that's why I love you. This is why we work. So anyway, I was raising my voice, and then she was like, "Do not raise your voice. Like, don't yell at me." So then I had to bring it down because I was like, "Okay, that's not fair." So okay, I brought it down. It was just this like missed opportunity to really connect. By the end of it, I was like, I don't want to talk about this. Like, this is, you're not going to see what I'm saying. All I needed for you was to listen and understand how I'm feeling. And
I just
that
needed
it's
to be
okay.
acknowledged, and we could have moved on from it, and you've now
Totally.
made it a bigger deal.
And all I would say is, listen, let's try on both parts.
And if you don't want to, okay,
Right.
that's upsetting, but give me my keys back.
But
Right?
just like then I put you in a box and I know where you're at. Like I know how our friendship is. Okay, so then I was just like, listen, let's just stop. Like let's try to like take some time, whatever. And she was like, well, I do have some time, like I can see you for lunch on Tuesday. And she made the effort. I said, fine, I'll meet
That's
you for
good.
lunch.
So she put the first step in
Yeah.
after the conversation
Yeah.
that you had that didn't kind of go well.
Yeah, and so
Okay.
I was like, I was annoyed at the conversation, but I was like, I'm not going to be this like stupid, immature bitch. Like, I can go. And so we went on Tuesday. We were like, niceties. Oh, you look great. You look great. Blah, 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 blah. Good to see you. And then it was like, listen, I want to like clear the air here and then talk about this and then just move forward. And I started bringing it up, and she started to get offensive again. And I'm like, oh my God, here we
Gosh.
go.
You thought I've
And-
got enough time past us that this is going to be okay
Yes,
now. And
yes.
it wasn't.
And it wasn't. And I'm just like, okay, like, I don't know really, like, how to go from here. So I kept trying to say it, and it was still again. And I said, listen, okay, let's just, like,
I can see
stop.
you getting angry.
Yeah, because I'm, like, still pissed about it. I was like, let's just stop. Let's just do this. You're going to try. I'm going to try. We're going to do our best. Let's leave it at that. We know how each other feels. That's all. Moving forward. She was like, okay. And then I was
You came in with that Real Housewives
Oh,
dialogue. You were like, we're moving forward. It's in the past.
we're done. As mad
I'm
as
actually
I
still
was,
pissed as hell, and you didn't address it at all. But you know what? I'm going to ignore that, and I'm going to ignore my feelings, and we're just going to move on. But secretly, I hate you.
Totally. So I just sucked it up. And I mean, I love her to death, and she means the world to me. It was just hard. And I'm sure our listeners and you, we've all experienced like having friends that you love so much and they're family. And then they're just like, when you are feeling away and you want to express that. And I'm not good at being vulnerable. That's not my jam. Like, I'm not good like that. Like, I will love you hard and do anything for you, but I'm not this like emotional, like.
I disagree with that. I think sometimes that you wait until you're angry to express how you feel.
Yes, because I don't like to be emotional. Or, I mean, I don't like to
Maybe
be vulnerable.
that's part of it. But to me, it's like you try to gloss over it a little bit, and then you're like, no, that's actually been bothering me, and now I have to address it.
Yeah, because I kind of just, it's not that I want to forget about it. It's like, I'm not a nagger. Like, and listen.
It's not
like,
nagging to be honest about how you feel.
No, but I kind of just, okay, I give it some space to, if they recognize, if they don't, then, I'll say something. But I'm very good at getting angry, and I'm very good at being like, fuck you. And
can't. Your take
I
of
am
yourself is so interesting to
so
me.
good at it. It's just like with dudes that I date. Like most dudes, I'm like, I'll just fuck you and leave. Like, I don't care. Don't matter to me. Like, I don't need to. No, we're good.
You are such a bro.
I am so girly, but I am that way mentality wise.
Yeah,
like,
you're a bro.
I don't care.
You're a bro in drag.
I don't want to cuddle with you. Yeah, thank you. I don't want to cuddle with you. Don't fucking tell me like sweet things.
Yeah, you are not a cuddler.
No.
No.
Unless I really love you.
You're very affectionate with me.
I'm a touchy person.
You are, which I love.
Right, but I'm not like a cuddler if I
No.
don't like you.
No.
Was that how you are? Are you a cuddler?
I like to cuddle a lot. I'm pretty
do?
affectionate.
Oh, that's
But I'm a
cute of
Cancer.
you.
But in romance, I mean, more so than even friendships.
Yeah.
Like friendships, I'm very touchy-feely, always will be. I want people to know that they're being held up in my space and, that they're safe and stuff. And
Yeah.
I need that shit reciprocated, but not all the time. But in a relationship, oh, yeah. I want to be held.
It's funny.
I want to hold my man down. What man?
I-
Clooney. Kidding.
There we go. He's so nice. I met him too.
Oh, we should have
could
named
too.
him earlier.
We should have. I
Yeah.
love him. He's so sweet. No. Let me rephrase this. Like
It's not going poorly. I just want you to feel positive about how you are.
No. I don't give a shit.
I know you don't, but I'm not having you leave my house without positive affirmations.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Okay, Gandhi.
No one in their right mind would. That's how you know we're a little bit off. No one would ever compare me to Gandhi. Okay.
You know what? You're welcome. Like, physical touch is my first love language.
Yes.
So I'm touchy and like, I like flirty touchy, right? If I like you, yes. Like, because I'm a very sexual person. Like, cuddle me.
Oh, we know.
Hold me.
I think
Oh,
the
we
listeners know.
We know.
Yeah, you were attracted to Harold and Maude. I cannot with
I
you.
cannot. But like, then cuddle me. But like, if I'm just having sex with you, please, God in heaven, do not touch me.
The affection has to come from I'm really genuinely interested.
Yeah, but like,
I get that. I respect that.
But you can fuck me and then leave, and I'm happier that way.
I can't wait for my mom to listen to this episode.
Sorry, Mom.
No, it's okay. I'll tell her she'll be fine. It's Linda. She'll probably have something to say about it. Linda LaFaye always has something to say.
She's so cute.
We love Linda.
We love Linda.
Sorry, Linda.
Linda. Okay,
Yes,
so anyway.
Listen, we play that video for her sometimes, and she's like, doesn't that mean beautiful in Spanish? And I'm like, okay.
All right.
I'm glad you
Get it,
knew.
girl.
I thought it was a name at first, but all right.
I can't.
Get back to it.
What were we talking about? What the hell did we go
You
with
were
that?
talking about your love capacity, your love language being
friends.
affection, but really friends is the topic.
Okay.
Yeah.
But why did? Oh my God! Look at me.
I'll take you anywhere, whatever the ship wants to go. If you want to sink the ship, I'm sinking the ship first. You want to run into the iceberg? I already have the lifeboat out. Okay.
Okay. I don't know where I was going with why we got off on that.
Because you keep checking your phone. Because
tangent.
I already know why.
No. I mean, I was checking it for a second, but no. There was why did I get off on that tangent of touching?
Because you were talking about you had a missed opportunity with the connection with her the second time that you were going.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get us back on the train, but I don't know where you were going either, to be honest.
I don't know where I was going with this. Jesus Christ stuff. Long story short, winding around on the winding road. Isn't that a song?
Don't you dare take another tangent, my dear. I cannot.
Anyway, so we ended there, and I just said, like, let's just try our best, and that's really what it came down to. And she said, okay.
I hate that.
I hate that. I know. I don't know where I was going.
You've been close for so long. Maybe it's just in this time in your lives, you got to hang out in a group, not one-on-one. You're not seeing eye to eye. It needs to just resolve for a second. The dust needs to settle.
No, I think, I can move forward with that.
You do?
Yeah, I think I can. I think that she hasn't really created a safe place for me to express how I'm feeling. And this is the thing, I'm not the victim to that, and I can't expect people to act, nor do I want them to act the way that I want them to act. That's not how life is, and I'm not that type of friend. But what I do like in a friendship is, if I do bring something up to you, you hear me.
Oh, no, we should expect that.
And it's not this, I'm on the defense, or and I never called her a bad friend, and I never said, No,
you never called her out of character. You were just saying, this is how I am feeling, and I'm not normally vulnerable. Right. Listen to it.
We've moved past it, and I just kind of know, okay, you know what, next time, I'm not going to probably bring it up to her. I'm just going to let it be, you know?
That sucks, Steph.
No, I mean, it sucks, but I'm also you know what, it is what it is right now.
Right now, it is what it is. You've got so many other eggs in other baskets that it's okay.
Yeah.
If I were you, I'd be like, give me the keys back, though, for a beat, because it's too much. But that's me.
You little bitch.
Maybe. I mean, I'm going through, maybe I'm speaking on my own
what's
experience.
Happening with you?
Yeah, you're like, what? I'm having sort of a similar situation with a friend that I've been friends with for a long time, ride or die kind of friend. And, sometimes friends are just for a chapter, and I know that. I don't like that. That is something I work against, and I'll drag people with me for, they're kicking and screaming behind me, and I'm like, no, come with me. And it's like, no, they really were a chapter friend. Let it the fuck go.
Yeah.
But I have a friend recently, and I haven't even told you this, so I went to San Diego. It was a lovely time. I go to see my girlies. They're my besties that live there. Had a great time. But while I was there was a guy that I was seeing, and we've been long distance as friends. In my mind, I thought maybe this could be something. This could be romantic. You marry your best friend. I'm not somebody who's inclined to get involved with a guy usually. It's very few and far between. Normally, I'm like you. I'm like a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Yeah. We can cuddle, but then I don't lose my number. So, which is probably false hope, and that's bad. That's a little toxic. But I'm like, I need a cuddle right now. It's just not, I don't need it to be forever with you. You're not my boo. So I went to kind of connect with this person in person and see if this is a potential. It didn't go that way. We are just friends, and we're really good friends. But I was disappointed in the moment because I had built up in my head, we're in love. you know?
Aw.
And like I had told my parents about this guy, and I never tell them about anyone. I dated a guy for 7 years and didn't really tell them until after.
Oh, shit.
You know, I really lock it down. I am locking it down. So
You are really in the closet, my friend.
Yes. Well, no, and they're so supportive, but I was like, I don't want to bring anyone around unless I know it's a yes.
I get that.
The circle's tight. Just like these follicles under the eyes.
There we go, girl.
I wish. Oh, God, I need the surgery so badly, but I can't. It's too expensive.
At every
It was
podcast
getting
we're
too
going to
dark.
talk about
I know.
plastic surgery.
I know.
Go.
Well, listen, we started as Chris. We got to end as Chris, and that's time. No, I'm just
and
kidding.
that's her favorite topic. Okay,
But
go.
so after it transpired, the hangout was brief. Things happened that weren't great in the interactions. Nothing detrimental. I've talked to you. You called me pretty much right after, honestly. So I'm in a good place with it. But as it happened, I'm devastated.
Sure.
Devastated. I had to lay on the ground. I walked him to his car. He didn't offer to drive me home. That's okay. I was upset about it, but I said, that's okay. I'll take an Uber. I actually do need to decompress. The universe is working in my favor in this moment, even though it doesn't feel like it. Laid on the sidewalk in the middle of a 4th of July thing and just like sat there and looked at the sky and was like, you got to get it together because you're a mess right now, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So thank God you were there for me. The girls in San Diego were there for me because it's not normal that you go through this. It's not an everyday emotion.
Yeah.
I had called her while I was on the ground because we've been friends for 24 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, you know, all the breakups she's been through in her life, she's going to hold it down for me. She's going to be there for me. And she was busy, and that's okay. But it opened up my eyes a little to like, okay, when is she there for me, though? When is it a two-way street? When do I feel the reciprocation on my end when I'm going through something? I'm the emergency contact for you. When are you mine?
Yeah.
So I used the lifeline, and the lifeline was not utilized, or it was totally abandoned on her end for not just 1 day, 2 days. And by the end of the second day, I was like, look, I need to schedule a time with you where we can talk and connect.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel heard in this relationship.
Good.
And I thought that that was clarity, and I thought I expressed it in a clear way. She may have a different opinion, but that's how I feel.
Right.
And it took her another day after I sent that to respond. And I said, I'm going to tell you what, right now, I am very upset. I said, I was going through something, but now I'm going through something else, and it's with you. And you don't hold space for me. This is not a two-way street. And she flipped it on me and said, yeah, it's not a two-way street. It's only ever about you. And I was shocked. I was shocked.
What did you say to that?
I said, if that's really how you feel about me, we really have a disconnect. And honestly, there's nothing more in my life I could bring to this relationship. I worry about you above almost anyone other than my brothers, my sisters, my mother, my father. Like,
Yeah.
I worry about you. I'm concerned about you. I love you.
Yeah.
And if you think that I'm not giving you everything you need, then go find it. Because I can't give you more.
That's
And
what said.
you are not even asking how I'm doing when I'm telling you I'm not doing well.
Right.
You didn't even ask.
So what'd she say to that?
Oh, she dumped a lot of stuff on me. She, said she's a yoga instructor. She's all about peace and light, which what the fuck does that mean? What's that got to do with the conversation that we're having?
Seriously.
I mean, totally ignored my feelings, never asked about what's actually going on, nothing.
Yeah.
So I just told her, I said, reread this in a couple of days, but just know that we are taking space from each other. And now, an update that happened today,
Okay.
the guy that
Yeah.
that I went to see,
Yeah.
guess what? She called him.
No.
Stephanie, she called him
To say what?
to see if I'm okay mentally. This is someone that she
Shut
is not close with.
the
This is
fuck
both of these people are separately. I'm close with them. It's not like we hang out all
Right,
together.
right.
They were in the same class in college, but they are not close like that. And she didn't
Shut-
ask him how he's doing either, and they haven't spoken in years. I'm like, could you prove my point more?
Oh my God. Are you done? Are you done with
Oh,
this?
when because he and I are close.
Yeah.
Even though
I know,
he'll
you
probably
got-
listen to this and he'd be like, "You were in love with me," and I'm like, "Listen, we'll talk about
move
it
on,
separate.
just move on.
Just that. Ignore that. Ignore that. Ignore that. Okay, it was me. It was me. It was me. Okay, you're so hot and such a lovely human. Who wouldn't be in love with you? You're the best. Anyway, but he told me, and I was like, okay, well, I don't care what she said, really. I want to make sure that you don't think something's going on with me. It's good to check in with your friend that you've known
Sure,
for a long time. And he was
sure.
like, no, you're good. I didn't know why she contacted me. Why didn't she ask how I'm doing? We haven't spoken in years. And I was like,
So-
and I said, you know what? That is signed, sealed, delivered, not
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah.
Out
Yeah.
the door.
Well, I think it's just like, listen, as shitty as it is, I think like your takeaway from this is like, you know, as we get older, like what type of friends do we want around
I
us,
know.
right? And I do want that friend around me. I do love her and I do cherish it.
No,
just
I like
think-
your friend for you. I think you're not seeing eye to eye at
yeah,
this
and
moment.
that's okay. And like, things happen like that, but you know, and things are going to come up. But ultimately, like it's like working through it and getting back on track, just like any relationship, right? But like for you, it's I mean, appalling what she did. I think for you, it's like, you know what, like. She is definitely not somebody I'd want in my life
No.
and as a friend. And
Right now, it's a no.
and that's fine. No, and I think like, yeah, like maybe right now and maybe forever. Who knows?
For me, it's forever right now.
Yeah.
She would have to, I don't want to say crawl back because nobody should ever do that, but
Right.
something would have to drastically change and there would have to be total acknowledgement on the wrongdoing. But she's now acting like I'm a crazy person, and I'm like, I was so right to let that go. But you and I are having a similar disconnect in
Sure.
the way that it felt one-sided.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's interesting that we're both experiencing that similarly.
Yeah, I felt like the blame game when it's like you're, you know, being honest with somebody and wanting your friend to be there and hear you and create that space for you is like, that's what it's about. And
yeah,
if
that's
they
what a friendship is.
can't do that, then why do you need them in your life? Just like with a partner, right? Like it's easier said than done with a partner because then you've got that kind of
Yeah,
love
then
and
you've got your
connection.
friends already
Yeah.
behind you.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm sorry that's hard, but maybe
And
you'll
I
find
didn't
your
say
way
all
back.
that to make it about me. I'm saying, but I do,
Yeah.
you know, we're friends, so I was going to tell you anyway. But I hate that that's the disconnect you're having with
And
this
you
friend.
too. I hate that it's for you.
I'm
when
kind
it's
of,
like,
at this point, I mean, I know it's new information today, but the chemicals are working in my brain because I'm like, look, that was so good that you dipped out of that.
yeah,
Because if she's like that, you don't need that.
totally
And I hope she's okay, but it's not for me to deal with.
not your jam.
No.
You don't need to do that.
I hope the person coming back to you, I can't talk about myself this long, I fucking hate it. I really hope that you and her have a connect, and the next time we're on this, either you've had enough space and it's okay, or you continue to be like, I'm fine with it.
I'm fine with it. I think, you know, you just kind of see, and there's no, it's not she's a bad person. She's been a good friend in a lot
No.
of ways. It's just like, you know, you don't, if I'm not there attacking you or saying horrible things, there's no reason to get defensive. There's no reason
No.
to say, would I do this and this and this for you? If I was going at her and being like, you're a terrible friend, you're this, then she has every right to feel defensive and attacked and point out the things that she does. But I didn't do that. I said, this is how I feel. Like, hear me. And then it was like, she made me feel bad for feeling that way. And it's like, that's not how
She
friends
can't
should be.
belittle how you feel. And also, if you are saying, hey, you're not being a good friend to me in this moment, as a friend, you should be able to listen to your friend
For
at
sure.
the very least and be like, well, what do I need to improve on? Like, what do you need more from me?
Right, right.
Damn, did I bore you, Steph?
Bitch. I had a late night last night.
I know you did. Not with her. Not with her.
Not with
And not
her.
with me. Because
I
I was,
know.
look, I'm in the house, honey.
I know, baby. I'm
This
usually.
AC ain't playing.
It's so fucking hot here. I
Yeah,
can't
are you
handle
hot
it.
in the house? Do I need to turn
No,
the
I'm
air
okay
on?
right now.
Oh, okay,
no,
yeah.
no. But it's just so fucking hot outside.
I'm over the summer. I don't want it to
Um,
continue. It needs to stop. I'm a summer baby, and I feel bad for my poor mother every time I think of my birthday. I'm like, she was sweating in that hospital. Trying to push this 25-pound baby out, or I was not. I was 7 even.
I was gonna say, there's no fucking way that you're
No,
25
no,
pounds.
I weighed more then than I do now. Yeah,
Seriously.
exactly. Benjamin Button much.
Jesus Christ.
You know what? I do have a question about Benjamin Button.
Here we go.
We're gonna come back to the friendship, but I do
No, we're
now
done with
that
the
we're on it.
friendship.
I need to know about Benjamin Button. Like, was he born as a big person or was he born as a baby?
Who's born as a baby.
Okay, I needed to know that because his
He
poor mother,
just-
he would have eaten her
He
alive,
ate-
like Alien,
he-
like birth from Alien.
I think, right? So he, like, was born a baby. He aged quickly, then he went backwards. Isn't
So
that the
he
whole story?
physically he aged correctly, but mentally opposite.
No, but then didn't he start to look younger again, or no? Or is he always stay? Jesus, I can't.
I got it
think of-
backwards. Yeah, no, he's physically. They don't care. Who cares? I'll probably edit
Nobody
this out.
cares.
But like, no, we don't even care. Who cares?
No, but now that you say that, but along those lines, you know that influencer, I don't know if he's an influencer, but he's like in Russia and he's like
Putin?
He's like a kid. Fuck you. He's like, pretty much he is an influencer. He's like a kid-looking guy, and they do a lot of memes with him.
Oh, yes. No, I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, I really thought it was a kid. I thought
Me?
we had another Andy Milonakis on our
Fucking
situation.
Two.
Yeah. I'm like, wait, this is a full-blown adult.
Dude, thank you.
But he's so funny.
He's so funny, but hold on. So
I don't know what he thinks social economically, but he's
this
funny.
guy that I was hooking up with for a while.
Okay, here we go.
Last year, so we're like hanging out, and I'm like on my phone, and like up comes this kid man.
Yeah, Kid Man.
We'll call him that.
What a great name for a premise of a film.
Kid Man. You would go out to see it.
I
And
definitely would be buying the ticket.
So it comes up, and I was like, oh my gosh, this kid is so cute. I swear to God, the look that I got from the guy that I was with was like, what the fuck did you just say? And I was
Like he knew it was an adult?
yeah. And I go, this kid, and he goes, that's a grown-ass man.
When was this? When did you find that out?
Last year!
No, because I didn't find out till this year, bitch.
Oh my God, you're worse than me.
No, I
so
am.
Hold on. So I
You're
literally
definitely smarter than me. Hello.
So hold on. So I immediately text my bestie that I've been best friends with since I was 4, Lauren. She is like
Oh, we love her.
my heart and soul. What she makes me laugh harder, no offense, than anybody out in this world. Like
No, it's not offensive to me.
she
should.
is.
She's your bestie.
Oh my God, I love her so much. We just look at each other and
And
laugh.
I accept that as a challenge to
Yes.
make you laugh
There we
harder.
go. There we go. I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
So
Not competitive on a game, but I am on the laugh track.
knowing how she thinks, I immediately text her and go, holy shit, do you know that this kid, quotes, is really a grown-ass man?
I wish I had been there for that
and
moment, because how
she
funny.
goes, what the fuck are you
She didn't
talking
know?
about? No, we both didn't know. So she goes and tells her husband, and her husband's like, oh my God, Laura, like, what are you doing? So her and I are laughing hysterically, and the guy that I was fucking was like, oh my God, you are an idiot. Like, how do you not know this? I was like, how do you know this?
Yeah, what? How did he
Like,
know
how
it?
do you
Because it
know?
looks like a baby. It looks like a
It
4-year-old.
looks like a kid. Like, I
I thought it was a toddler. I thought it was like that. Well, apparently, I thought it was that kid. I honestly did for the longest time.
I can't understand. How is this public knowledge and I didn't know
But
this?
also, like, we don't know when this stuff was filmed. It could have been filmed 10 years ago, and now we're seeing the foot. Like,
Girl.
I didn't know that it was, like, new footage every day of the same
Girl,
person not aging.
I know. I cannot.
It's been newer that I found it out, because I'm feeling for him.
God, I can't. I'm glad that you just found that out, too.
No,
Like,
I
also,
found out, like, literally a month ago.
Oh, my God. You're worse than me.
No, I am way worse. And I found out alone, didn't tell anyone because I was
were like-
embarrassed. I was embarrassed. You know how sometimes you're like kind of stupid about something and you're like, I got to tell you because this is funny. Like you told your
Yes.
friend. I was like, no, I can't tell anyone. No one will ever know. So now I'll tell my podcast. I was
Now
embarrassed.
You're confessing.
Yeah.
Oh, my
This is
God.
like a true
I love it.
confessional
This-
right now.
This is why we're friends.
Never been to Catholic church, but this would be my first confession. Dear Father, or Mother, I have sinned. Well, they're always
For
fathers.
their father. Do you not know that?
I'm not Catholic.
Who the fuck cares?
They
if
don't
you're
have
not
women in the
Catholic?
Catholic church. That's how you know I couldn't be in there. I'd be like, excuse me, where's the woman? Excuse me.
My God.
They're like,
cannot.
come in here and tell me what you did. And I'm like, first of all, correct your tone. Okay. Second of all, did you know that this guy right here, can you open the thing? Because I got to show you this kid. This is not a kid.
Can you open the thing?
Yeah.
I actually forget what those are called.
Dial tone, beep, beep, beep. It may have felt like we ended abruptly here, but actually, I think this is the perfect place to stop. This was a really fun conversation about friendships, and what's so important is that you listen to one another, which I think I could always work on, as is the case throughout this episode, but it's important to be in an environment in which you feel like you are able to express your feelings, your emotions, whatever they are, no matter how rampant they are, no matter how fast they're coming about or slow they're coming about. You need someone that can be with you in those emotions and validate that you are in a safe space and that you can be listened to. So whether you have that going on for you or not right now, I hope that you find it. And the second half of the conversation, because we kept the mic rolling for a little bit longer than I normally do, I didn't adhere to my normal time restrictions on this podcast episode, but for the audience's purpose, I set out an intention at the beginning of this when I curated this podcast. You've got an hour, that it would only be an hour, or else the whole premise kind of falls apart. So I'm upholding that, and the second part of this episode deals with spirituality and seeing our ancestors and never really losing them.
Thanks everybody for listening, and sorry, Ma, that we cussed so much in this episode. Next week, we're going to be talking about Harold and Maude. It's a film that I recommend you watch. Whether you do before the episode doesn't really matter. The conversation is mostly about grief, and that's something that I also think more of us need to be discussing. You know, it's not linear. It comes and it goes. That's where the topic goes next week. I'm really excited. But again, you should watch Harold and Maude if you want to know all the ins and outs of what's going on. It's like one of those movies that they put in the top 100 lists. And it's Stephanie's favorite, so it's a fun one. Yes, Stephanie is back next week. That's my little teaser for you. Anyway, thank you for listening. Thanks, Stephanie, for being here. Thanks, Mom and Dad, for appearing on the podcast. And Chris Cappuccino, you're fired. That's time. Any final words? Oh, yeah, sponsored by
Not Pepsi!